What's going on? Good morning, everybody. Want to do a quick video today because it's going to be very important out there for you traders to protect yourself. We've got a nasty open in the stock market right now due to fears of the coronavirus. There are reports that things are getting loose in South Korea. It's even come into Italy. There's some quarantines going on, and so as this thing spreads west, you're starting to see the after effects, right? You had Apple last week saying that their earnings are going to be impacted and they might miss on their first quarter earnings. And they're just giving us a little bit of warning because they do a lot of their stuff over in China. So you're starting to see that fear and that contagion come in. We've got a nasty open here at 783 points. This is a lot of volatility. As day traders, we love volatility, but frankly, volatility also can lead to much bigger losses. Give me a nice boring market that goes up every day. That's a market where you take very little risk and have very little losses. When things get wild like that, sometimes we get goo-goo eyes thinking this is going to be like the big day, right? I could nail this big bounce. I could get in this stock and finally do this. And some of those things are true, but those are also moments you can get smoked out. You can see here at 783 points, like you're going to have a really nasty open. So let's just take a look at some charts. I want to just show you kind of like where this market could go. You can see here at an open of 224, we've got our 50-day moving average right at 220. I mean, that could be some nice support. You can also see here, you've got a nice congestion zone. When the coronavirus first came about, was right around this period. You can see we're going to be opening up right into that congestion. So right back into the support. So there's a couple things I always think about. Like, yes, the move in the market is nasty so far, but we're only giving back gains from really like the last 3 weeks. So you always want to take into context like what's kind of happening. Yes, it's 800-point open is wild, but we are in a huge bull market still. And frankly, it would just take a lot. We would really need to see like a lot of damage for, us to think like, okay, the bull is going to be, changing. So if you see here, you've got ourselves like a nice trend on the 9 EMA here on the QQQs and also on the SPY. This is a weekly chart. You can see here, like even with this open here, we're still like in a really, really big uptrend. So I think as long as you're like kind of holding out above this like 300 mark, that's still like you're still in the bull market. Now that's still like 6-7% away. So, we do have some room to fall, but we've got a lot of layers of support underneath, and it would really take a lot structurally for this bull market to be, this bull market to end. So today when we see these opens, we are going to be breaking under some supports here. Watch this 50 SMA. At the open, if we don't reclaim this 50 SMA, then we'll have some room to drop down into 320. My game plan for today, if we get a big nasty flush at the open, I'm going to try some longs. And by trying some longs, ideally I'll probably short this gold, which is JNUG, into this double top. And then, possibly this TVIX, this thing is up like $12, into this resistance here, around 60. And if they don't work, then I'll have to rejigger and possibly even short the market. But typically when we see like big gap downs, like if you're holding something short overnight, when you get a big gap down like this, usually you want to take some profits into it and then let the market reset, because that first 15 minutes, there could be a spike down and then up. And then after that, like once the market settles and that kind of price discovery phase is over, then you'll really see how much tooth we have in the drop in the markets, whether it's going to be sustained for a few days or this was it. We are on our third down day right now. We do have some supports here, so we just have to kind of keep these things in mind, that when you are dropping this much, you don't want to short into the hole, meaning like you're down like 800 points here. Do you really want to try to add some shorts when the market's down 800 points? So my initial plan is to look for potential longs, but I won't do it unless I see a clear setup, like meaning a clear signal at the open, which means I need to see some type of opening range pattern. And if I do, I'll take some shots. And you know what, frankly, if we get a little bit of squeeze in the markets here and like a really light pop, then I'll frankly look to kind of short this thing. But one thing to just be always doing is mark out your levels in the market, you know, like where could we go? Where are like the zones of support? And let those things guide you, you know, like we've got our 50 SMA here. We know we've got 320 support here. And so we've got to like look at these kind of levels and say like, okay, what could happen and what should happen? And then plan around it. But the main thing also is, frankly, when the market gets like this, you don't have to trade. You know, not every day has to be a trader. As traders, like you want to put yourself always in a position where you can trade without taking on too much risk, and that just like fits what you want to do. So you don't have to make trades every single day. This kind of wild action, sure. Like I like this stuff because, well, frankly, right, I'm unmarried, I got no kids, and this is my life. This is what I do. So I live for this stuff. But it's not necessarily just because it's volatile doesn't make it the easy trading or even big money. It just makes it something different than what we've had, which is like a big grind lately. So I'm kind of excited to just, you know, test my chops as always. And I've come prepared. I will be on literally with my guys in the chat room in like 7 minutes. You know, I'm going to spend about an hour and 15 minutes preparing my guys, teaching class and preparing my guys for how to trade this market. That's something we do in this chat room, in our chat room every single day. I get on in front of my students. We get on in the morning and we talk about the plays and like what we want to do. We do class on Sundays, get ready for the week. And then of course I'm on video trading in front of everybody all day, every day. Guys, if you like this video, smash that like button. And of course you are more than welcome to join us in our Discord room and come have some fun. Guys, take care.